tale of the tape for this fight at 185. 4-0, Romero Cotton against Justin Sumter. John, look at that reach advantage.
That's a big reach advantage, and Justin Sumter needs to use that reach advantage to keep Romero Cotton off of him.
To get things officially underway, here is the voice, Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Bellator MMA Live on CBS Sports Network. From Mohegan Sun Arena, we begin with 3 5-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Introducing the blue corner. At 6'2", weighing in 184.7 pounds, his professional record, 7 wins, 3 losses, fighting out of Milford, Connecticut, Justin the Ford Sumter. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner, at 5'10", weighing in 185.1 pounds. As a professional, he's undefeated, 4 victories, no defeats. By way of Hutchinson, Kansas, he fights out of San Jose, California, Romero Bad News Cotton. In charge, your referee, Brian Miner.
Brian Miner, our referee, for our first fight live here on CBS Sports Network. Mike Goldberg, Josh Thompson, Big John McCarthy, Jen Brown, live from the Mohegan Sun Arena.
Are you ready? Justin, you ready? Come on, fight.
Here we go. Tonight's fight clock presented by Geico. Romero Cotton in the red gloves, Justin Sumter in the blue gloves. Sumter, the southpaw, Cotton in the orthodox stance.
Beautiful, Justin. Find your range, find your range. Nice. Relax.
Not a good thing for Sumter to go after that type of kick with a guy that wrestles like Romero Cotton. He needs to set that kick up with his hands first.
There was a lot of preparation in this camp for that exact kick, that body kick as well as the inside leg kick. That's a lot of what he prepared for, actually striking off of that as well as going right from the striking to the takedown.
Well, when you watch Sumter fight, when he's doing well, he gets in a rhythm with his stand-up, and he controls that distance very well with those kicks. But he needs to set them up with his hands.
Right hand, right after that.
Got in tight, got taken down.
Get on that leg.
Left knee tight on his hip.
Get on that leg. Relax.
When people at AK talk about Romero Cotton, they talk about his physical strength. They're like some of the top guys, Kyle Crutchmere, you know, DC, they all talk about how physically strong he is. You just saw right there with a beautiful takedown.
Ass down, head up, good posture.
Hit your knees.
Sumter right there was trying to swing his hips to go for that armbar, and you saw physically Cotton was just able to squeeze down on him and keep him from being able to rotate either way.
Work back up. We got the cage right there. We get up.
Don't forget, you can join the conversation on all social media platforms at hashtag Bellator254.
Great posture. Hips heavy and
Close guard.
With your hips.
Hit your knees here.
Cotton looking to do damage from top position.
This is right now, you're seeing him in the close guard up against the cage. Normally, generally, usually in these positions, guys are now using that cage, opening that guard, using the cage to get themselves back to their feet. This is almost old style, and when you see Romero Cotton bringing his head over the top of Sumter, he's able to deliver shots with a ton of power.
Another thing that we had talked about is when you do get your opponent to the fence, put your forehead against the fence, and it takes away a lot of the attacks from the bottom.
Can't use your legs to swing around to get that arm or anything like that.
There's no omoplata there. There's no arm bars there as well.
Head low.
Back to the cage.
Ass down, head
Sumter
up.
trying to control the posture of Romero Cotton.
His head against that cage again.
And John, much to your point, you heard the corner say, get his head against that cage again.
Well, especially if he's going to sit there in a closed guard. When you see those legs crossed in that guard position, you are in a defensive position. You must open up those legs to set up an offensive attack.
Switch that head to the front side.
Catch that arm.
He's looking to do exactly what he was instructed to.
Punch through, Justin.
Under 2 minutes, fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds.
Romero was able to feed that arm to the back and hold it there for a second.
Hey, let's stretch him out.
Select that arm now.
Careful on that
Looking
triangle.
for that triangle.
Hold on.
Nice job of swinging the legs up, but he didn't have control of the arm.
Let's work up.
Now hip
Let's
pressure.
work up.
There you go.
Justin, let's move.
Nice. Hips down.
One thing that Ron Kessler teaches at AKA, the jiu-jitsu coach there, is to keep your hips over the other opponent's hips or over his thighs. Makes it harder for them to move. And you see Romero's a little high right here. Very high.
Needs to get that other hook in that will help stay.
Oh, it's over.
Just like that. That's the strength that you talked about, Josh, and the power of Romero Cotton, who is now 5-0 in his professional career.
Go, you can see he's in position here, but there's no choke at this time. But right away, you see that arm when he comes over right here. Now he's got it, and it's tight. Even though he didn't have the hook, when he starts to get high, he's got so much power, so much strength. He's able to put a squeeze on that neck that makes Sumter tap out.
But here's the thing, John, the way he set that up was he was threatening to choke before Sumter got even to go to his knees. So when he's at his knees, he was already giving him the choke. Instead of using his hands to post, he wasn't fighting, he was posting his hands.
Hey, Twin J, we did it, baby. Twin J all day. Scotty J, let's go. AKA, let's go.
We welcome those of you who have just witnessed a very high-scoring college football game. We are live on CBS Sports Network from the Mohegan Sun Arena. For those of you just joining us, our middleweight matchup is over in round one. And here is how Romero Cotton finished it.
Romero Cotton getting Sumter up against the cage, really getting good position. He doesn't have his hooks, but all of a sudden you see that arm wrapping around, grabs a hold of it, starts to squeeze on that, tight, good, gets the tap.
Well, Sumter chose to put his hands down to the mat instead of defending the choke, and it cost him the first round.
Romero Cotton moves to 5-0 with all of his wins here in Bellator. To make it official, here is the voice, Michael C. Williams.
Inside the Bellator cage, the rear naked choke brings on the tap. Official time 3 minutes, 36 seconds. Round number one by submission. Still undefeated, Romero Bad News Cotton.
Romero Bad News Cotton, third straight first round finish. And he will visit with Big John.
All right, Romero, instead of dancing, you got to come and talk to me, brother. What is up, man? That was a beautiful performance. You were dominant. That fight started off, and he was trying to set up those leg kicks, taking out your legs a little bit. You went to that lock, you got him to the ground, but let's talk about the finish, because it was your strength and your power that you could see all of a sudden just make that choke work.
Hey, first and foremost, rest in heaven, my cousin Brian Henderson Jr., AKA Bad News. That's why I changed my name to Bad News tonight. All he wanted to do was go to Tokyo and see me fight. He didn't get to make it, but he's in here with me tonight. But as far as the finish went, man, the guy's 6'3", 6'4", 185 pounds. His muscles are real long. He ain't that strong. So, I mean, I knew I could just roll right through him and get to the neck.
Well, let's talk about your positioning, because I know that your coach, Ron Kessler, likes you to keep hip to hip and be tight on guys. When you got to that position, did you feel solid there?
Oh, yeah, man. I practice with beasts, monsters, you know what I'm saying? Just the top of the line. Grapplers out there out at AKA. We're deep. We're coming back. And so, I mean, this is a walk in the park compared to the guys I practice with.
Well, you're part of it being deep at AKA and what you're bringing. You're 5-0 now in the Bellator cage. Who is it in the middleweight division that you got your eye on?
Hey, man, I really couldn't even tell you. I don't know. It's I got my eye on myself. Man. I'm still early in my career. Every fight, I'm getting better and better, getting more and more comfortable in here. So, I mean, I got my eyes on myself.
Well, that was a beautiful performance. Congratulations on another win. 5-0, Romero Cotton. Back to you, Goldie.